one of the most important events that happened in your life that made you change your old ways?
Well, the major event that changed me, for me, is the change, and then it's the healing part. So the change was like my freshman year of high school. My freshman year of high school, I basically dropped out of high school. Like, I left high school with a 1.0. I left my freshman year with a 1.0. Cause I didn't like my school. I went to an all-girls school. This time we were still living in Philly. I went to an all-girls school, and it was my choice to go there. Like, in Philly, it's not like Jersey education, so it's like, you know how college, you sit here and you put in your recommendation letters and you put in your application letter or whatever like that, application essay. So that's how we had to do in Philly. So I got accepted to, like, I applied every school I got applied to. I got accepted to. So it was like either Washington or Northeast or Girls High, where I went, and like 2 other schools. I forgot which one. But yeah, so I went to my school. At first it was all good. Like, first market period, I got my A's and my B's and stuff like that. And then from there, I just fell out. Like, I wasn't interested in school anymore. I didn't like the environment. I didn't feel like I had fitted in with the people that was at my school, which has been my experience in high school completely. Like, and second part was like being too caught up in my boyfriend. And I only dated one person before him, so it's not like it was, you know. But anyways, so yeah, we moved. My mom had enough by the end of the year. You know, it was a lot of stuff that made up to that moment. You know, a lot of whippings, a lot of late nights, a lot of sneaking down in Ambrose's room, pretending I was in the crib when I wasn't. From Italia, if you African, you know what I'm talking about. It was August 12th, to be exact, that we got to Orange, New Jersey. Yeah, so that was the first major thing that had to change, you know. And I still held on to, like, of course, my boyfriend for a little bit. It was my rock bottom. It was my rock bottom that I ever experienced. Like, I went from being the child that, you know, wrote poetry or wrote in her notebook and actually liked school. Like, my brother didn't like school, and like, they used to be like, oh, Melinda actually likes school. Like, my mom mad chills or whatever like that. So it'd be days, like, if it was raining or something like that, she'd be like, oh, y'all gotta go to school, and I'd be like, no, I want to go. So they went from the child that was like expected to never ever fall or make a mistake, which is stupid, to this child that's, oh, you know, hey, you're not young, Melinda, and I do it. It's good. But yeah, so moving here was the big thing that changed me. The second part was the healing from that. So I still did a lot of dumb stuff when I was here too, but the second part of my healing was forgiving myself, knowing that God forgave me, and then getting healed, like having my dad now, quote unquote, come into my life. So not my birth father, but someone that I have a really close relationship to. That's what healed me of the wounds, because the biggest wound was not having my dad in my life. Also building relationships with people that, so like me and Ambrose, we mad chills right now. Like, we can talk, we can whatever, vent to each other. But before you used to, you know, whoop my ass. We got into some bad fights. Like, so building a relationship with him really, like, he'll tell you. But that really affected me as well, because it was like, now you got somebody that's on your side in a way. But yeah, Ambrose was like, you know, the one thing I remember he told me, he was like, he used to be like, he don't like me, right? So then my aunt, one of them came over and was sitting in his room. She like, why you like your sister? He like, cause she weird. On everything. I would never figure that moment. So that's what I thought, he would never like me again. But now here we are. He always in my room, in the lab, you know. We talk about life, share our experiences and stuff like that. And that's what healed me and made me who I am today.